Can you imagine making a criminal living scaling power poles 100 feet in the air? Breaking into electrical power boxes.
We call them illegal hookup men.
Welcome to the dangerous world of stealing electricity in the city of Detroit. Now, you're about to meet three men who live in this illegal world. Three men who admit they've been hacking into public power lines for years.
My name is Brian Brooks. I've hooked up lights for the past few years. Altogether, I've done it 75 to 100 times.
This is 29-year-old Brian Brooks, but sources say around town, he's known as the hookup guy. For $250, he admits he'll hook you up at the power box or climb a pole to provide you with stolen power. Even though he's been shocked many times doing it.
I would usually get electrocuted every once in a while. It would hurt the out of my arm. It would scare the out of me.
Oh yeah, Brian realizes he could die, but for him, it's all about the money.
I got the pliers in my back pocket, the wire cutters.
Okay, if I got $250 in my pocket, am I willing to get electrocuted? Yeah. No, but also yes. Go up there, get electrocuted. I ain't charged enough. If I get done with it without getting electrocuted, I'm happy I didn't get electrocuted. I'm happy I got the money.
This is 46-year-old Kenneth Walls, actually caught on videotape by DTE Energy hidden cameras, hooking up a Detroit strip club with stolen power. He says he's been doing this since he was 10 years old, and you won't believe who taught him the trade.
At that time, it was Edison. They turned the power and gas off in the wintertime, and my mother told me to go out there and take the locks off. I was very handy, and she showed me how to turn it on.
That's right. His own mother taught him, and he considers himself an expert. But he says a lot of the other guys have no idea what they're doing.
I've been to places where guys didn't know what they was doing. They weren't electricians, and they tapped into the three-phase lines and burned up equipment at different buildings, stereos, cameras and TVs, burnt them out at houses. All the light bulbs blow out because they didn't know what they were doing.
Take a look at this, Bill. This electric box has been destroyed, but they've taken a piece of cable to restore the electricity. It's so dangerous.
But Michael Lynch, Chief Security Officer for DTE Energy, a man who's made it his mission to stop electrical thieves, says it gets a lot worse.
Somebody had to climb this pole, get up on top of the transformers, and look what they've done. They put jumper cables on the primary wire.
Often, he says, these hookup men will actually leave live power lines like this one, just lying unprotected on the ground. Sometimes the lines are wide open to boot.
How do we know there's electricity flowing through this wire?
Let me check.
Okay.
When that beeps, Bill, that means there's electricity flowing through. 120 volts.
120 volts of electricity going through that wire. Anybody could touch that right now, and they'd be killed?
They could get killed right now.
So just who's responsible for this dangerous hookup?
It's us.
Lynch says it's this man, James Lee Anderson, a convicted felon with a violent past.
I've been in prison, bank robbery, armed robbery. Lights get cut off and they need it, and I'm charging 80, 125, 150.
Now, to stop this dangerous crime, the Detroit Police Department.
Oh, this guy. He's caused us a lot of trouble.
Michael Lynch and his staff at DTE Energy and the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office are cracking down on energy thieves like never before.
If you play with the box, you play with the wires, it's an automatic 5-year felony.
They've increased arrests from just 2 or 3 a year back in 2007 to over 120 arrests this year.
These guys are doing something that's just outrageously dangerous. They're climbing up a pole that's energized with equipment, 13,200 volts, and they're hooking up an electric line to it.
Yes, it is incredibly risky. Steal electricity, and you could be photographed in the act by DTE Energy cameras. You could get arrested just as soon as you hit the ground coming off that pole.
It'll be 5 months to 5 years straight, Department of Corrections.
And you could be sentenced up to 5 years in prison. That's exactly what happened to Kenneth Walls, one of the 3 hookup men we just introduced you to. But most of all, you run the risk of being killed. Just look at this never-before-seen video of an electricity thief in Detroit actually being hit with a bolt of electricity. he tries to rig up a residential power box. And even after all of this, just watch what he does next. Yep, for the promise of making a few bucks, he just had to try it again.
That is just incredible video you won't see anywhere else, and all of it, including those exclusive interviews with our 3 hookup guys, was shot by DTE Energy. You should know that those special hidden cameras are a big reason why Detroit police have been able to make so many of these arrests this year. You should also know that I actually played a major role in getting DTE to install those hidden cameras, because it was me that first went to Michael Lynch a year and a half ago with the original idea of trying to catch these guys on videotape.
Bill, if it wasn't for you coming to us and challenging us to look at technology, we would have never have been able to develop it. And as a result, 121 people have been arrested. And we thank you for helping us in developing that technology.
Once again, the maximum penalty for stealing electricity in the city of Detroit, 5 years in prison. I'm Bill Spencer, the 7 Action News Investigators.